Okay, we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I just this comment right here just returned all my dark tower. I can't. I can't keep a straight face. Oh, this is great. Oh, Gage, that's great. Yeah. So I don't know if you noticed, but yeah, I've got an announcement to make. And this is not coffee, by the way. This is orange juice. I've given up coffee. I really don't enjoy coffee anymore. Elliot, good morning. How you doing? Has Thomas secretly been drinking tea this whole time? Yes, actually, it's just been herbal tea. Good morning. Good afternoon, Sean Spencer. Hitting gym right as I saw this live, hitting the weights while I listen to your April Fool's jokes. Thank you, Jedi. What a wonderful day to hit the gym. Are you hitting lats, chest, legs? Hey Thomas, it's 11 p.m. here, but I'll watch. Well, I appreciate that. Good evening to you. Why the lack of coffee? Yeah, I'm not drinking coffee anymore. Are you still planning on reading Red Rising? It keeps popping up. Keeps popping up, Elliot. Mike from Mike's Book Reviews posted this beautiful hardcover edition. It's just got illustrations and visually it's impressive. And I didn't even know Red Rising was that kind of story visually. So that kind of that intrigues me. All the way at the top, I think this video is connected to a certain date. Maybe. 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 Yeah, today my announcement is I'm not drinking coffee anymore. I know I said I'd be starting the Dark Tower series. I don't know if you saw that video. If you haven't, go check it out. I made an announcement that I will be starting the Dark Tower series. And if you wanted to join, you absolutely should. So go check out that video if you've missed it. I got a comment from someone saying, "What is going on with my algorithm? I've missed like the past 4 posts. The past 4 videos I've posted." So that's interesting. But anyways, I'm not reading the Dark Tower series. Not anymore. Last night, I just got this idea. I got this wonderful idea that I think Fourth Wing should be the series I start, and Acatar as well. And I don't even know what it stands for. A court of thorns and roses, I think. Roses and thorns, something like that. So that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. Stephen King, I'm giving away all my Stephen King books today. And I will be trading them in for all of Sarah J. Maas's Throne of Glass series and Acatar. And that's the series I'm diving into. Finally able to catch a live, super fun, super pumped. I hope everyone's having a great day. Doing chest and triceps. First day off from work, 11 days straight. After the gym, I'm relaxing with Contact by Carl Sagan. That's one of my favorite, or one of my friend's favorite books and movies. I should probably go for a run, but it's 80 degrees outside, so it's tough. Hi, Thomas. I just finished reading for the night. I'm from South Africa, going to chill and listen to you now. Well, I appreciate that. I was too young to remember this, but my family lived in Africa as well. I think we lived in Senegal, and I was a year old, 2 years old. So I see pictures of it. It's gorgeous. And that's all I remember. Ooh, tell about the Project Hail Mary movie. Yeah, I've got some hot takes. I I didn't really like it. I liked it for what it was, but I felt that it was 30 minutes too long. I felt that it was cut way too fast. I know you're trying to fit a whole book in one movie. I know that. But let me sit with some of these shots. Greg Fraser, the guy who's done Lion and Dune and Batman, did the DP, director of photography, and I wanted to relish and savor these beautiful shots, but I couldn't because it was cut way too fast. And something I notice, for me at least, when I normally get lost in a story. I go watch the movie and I try to immerse myself in the film. However, if the editing is noticeable, you don't notice good editing. You just feel it. It's just there. But you realize bad editing. And me personally, I felt like the film was just cut way too fast. The music was exhausting. It kept going from a moment of dialogue, boom, music montage, moment of dialogue, music montage. And I just was exhausted by it. I wanted to sit in some silence for a few seconds at least. But that's just my hot take. I'm happy that Ryan and Greg Fraser did amazing. I'm happy a lot of it was practical effects, and it was a good, feel, fun film. Yes, yes, yes. Elliot, we got to get that. We have got to get coffee together and talk about it. Um, strong disagree about the music. That's okay. We're allowed to have these opinions and disagree, and it was just my first time watching the film, and I just wasn't my vibe. I think going into it, I was expecting a little more slower, methodical pace. Maybe not to the lengths of 2001 Space Odyssey, but at least something like that. Just something. A little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that with films. One Battle After Another was the same thing. It felt like it was just music the whole way through. Albeit it was it wasn't bad, but it just you know. Whereas Marty Supreme was also a fast-paced film and a lot of music and a lot of noise, but that film I felt deserved that because it was kind of a chaotic film. That's just me. Ooh, original cut. Very interesting. It's a good stat. Speaking of the algorithm, I saw your comment on a video, Zach, about not finishing DCC, just finishing book one. I felt I needed some silliness, found it in spades, but not likely to go on as well. Yeah, it was fun when I read Dungeon Crawler Carl. I felt it's what I needed after reading Wheel of Time, but again, going on into a series, I'm just not ready for that. And I say that as I want to read Acatar or The Dark Tower, but I'm not reading The Dark Tower anymore. Well, forget it. It's all about A Court of Thorns and Roses and all that. I'm about to finish Twice by Mitch Albom. First book I've read from Albom, but I'm loving his style so far. Love it. Elliot, what happened to Tom's Crossing? There's some beautiful places in Africa I'd love to visit. Let me know about Red Rising. Still have the other 2 books if you want to borrow those too. Yeah, absolutely. Got my coffee. I'm ready to go. Twice Born by Grace. Cheers. I've got my orange juice. Not drinking coffee. It's April Fool. Red Rising series is fantastic. Is the coffee too fast paced for you? But yeah, how is everyone doing? It's a new month. It's April 1st, April Fools, whatever that means, right? Whatever that means. Yeah, what are we reading? What are we excited to read? And did you want to join me on my Acatar journey? I worry about diminishing returns with DCC. Matt, care to embellish on that? Kind of expand on that? I'd like to hear more. Hey, hope you're good. Literally just got back from Amsterdam. Well, I'm glad you're popping in. Elliot, I love that you loved One Battle After Another and the editing of it. It did have a nice flow to it, but again, I just felt it was, I don't know, the pace of it felt off to me, like maybe too fast paced. It's weird when you get a very long movie that's 2 hours and 30 minutes, 2 hours and 40 minutes, and it's cut like it's supposed to be a 90-minute movie. And that's what I've noticed the past few films we've watched. Everything is above 2 hours, and it's cut, boom, 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 boom. We're not able to sit with a shot for a while. And that was my biggest gripe of Project Hail Mary. And my wife tells me, it's like, I need to say something nice about that film because I've become this this snob, and it's horrible. But I think we need to approach things for what they are, enjoy it for what it is. You know, Hail Mary for what it is, good, enjoyable. And you know, when I'm drinking coffee, which this isn't coffee, by the way. If I'm drinking coffee, I can't be like, I wish this was orange juice, or I wish this tasted like orange juice. No, you're drinking coffee, you know? I don't know. It's I'm trying to find that balance where I can be critical, but also not just negative for the sake of being negative. While also being able to have a conversation. I think I'm just a little more critical nowadays of films coming out. Yeah, movies are scared to slow down now. Any hot takes for the Oscars? I haven't really been watching the Oscars. I didn't even know the Oscars were on when they went live. Yeah, that's the most unique thing about that film. It's like 50 minutes of setup of just this life montage of where they are now, how they got to where they are. And it just kind of plays with your brain with time. I know I'm a Denis Villeneuve fan, and I'll always support anything he does. But with his films like Dune, which is a book adaptation, he doesn't do montages really. Very rare. And if it is, it's still done in a very just natural way. And you can feel the progression of time, where it's not just boom, cut, 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 cut. A show that does montages really well. Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. montages are used very creatively, and they're never overdone, in my opinion. But anyways, let's not talk about movies. Let's talk about romantasy. Oh, okay. One more last. Have you seen the Dune 3 trailer? Yes, I have. Although I really, really didn't want to see it, my wife kind of, pushed me to go see it, and yeah, it looks amazing. I'm excited. I'm I can't wait. Hey there, no name. Any chance you give Royal Assassin by Hobb a chance? It is slow but really good. Yes, I will give it a shot. Wait, maybe I've actually already read it. Is that the first one or the second one? Because I've read the first one. Second one I haven't tried yet. Trailer absolutely slaps. I agree. He'd probably love the Farseer trilogy. Yes, I have read the first Farseer book. Took a break. Not that I didn't enjoy it. It's just that I took a break from it. It was one of the most beautiful books I've ever read. I thought the pace, the humanity in it, the loneliness, so good. Tell about the next book after Lonesome Dove. Are you talking about the next book I'm going to read after Lonesome Dove, or you want me to read the sequel to Lonesome Dove? Because the next book I've been reading after Lonesome Dove is The Shining by Stephen King. And look how far I've got left. Started this about a week ago. Unbelievable. No one writes like Stephen King. Just so simple, digestible. Yeah, there's a little bit of that humanity in it, a little bit of depth. Elliot, cheers, man. Let's get coffee soon, dude. I'll text you after this stream. That'll be great. Hopefully it's a little more gloomy when we go get coffee, because every time we go get coffee, Elliot and I, at about 10 o'clock, the sun comes out and just cooks us where we sit outside. It's great. But yeah, I'm loving it. I am going to finish it today. One thing I'm going to mention in my review for this, I feel like I wasn't as surprised with The Shining because visually I knew what to expect because of the film, and I know the film is completely different from the book, but I just knew what I was getting myself into. So I wasn't able to be fully surprised like I wanted to. There were plenty of surprising moments, and I mean, this book is completely different from the movie, so that's surprising in and of itself. But I wish I went into it completely blind, not knowing anything. So it wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. It's intense, but not horrifyingly scary. And that's kind of my thing with Stephen King. His books are intense, not scary. There are a couple scary moments, but I'm waiting for a book by Stephen King where I am just scared to pick up the book. I'm too excited to pick up a Stephen King book because he writes so. That's how I can describe it, just like that. So good. I love it, and I can't wait to read The Dark Tower. But I'm going to approach The Dark Tower after Acatar. My friend brought up Fourth Wing to me. We were out getting drinks a couple years ago, and he's the friend that got me into Name of the Wind, the book that changed my life. And then he also read Wheel of Time alongside me. So at that time, we were talking about Wheel of Time. And then he was saying, oh, look what I've been reading after Wheel of Time. You'd love this. And the way he was describing it, it sounded so cool. He could sell me on anything. A pen that barely has any ink, a book that has 2 or 3 pages. You know, he could sell me on anything. I'll believe it. So I went over to the bookstore, couldn't find a copy of it because it was sold out everywhere. Thankfully, that was the case because I wasn't into that. I wasn't into kind of that romantic-y vibe. My sister has read a lot of Acatar, all of it, loves it, enjoys it. Throne of Glass, I think so too. And my sister-in-law is like, oh, you got to read Throne of Glass, or you got to read Acatar. Just, you got to dive in. If you want to, you know, read something that's kind of popcorn kind of book, you'd enjoy it. And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, okay. And I just keep pushing it off. But today, I went online and I ordered the entire series, all of it. Throne of Glass, Acatar, all of it. Starting it on Monday. Yes. Amen. Exactly. Exactly. The Shining reads more like a tragedy than an actual horror, and I loved it way more than the movie Avi. Yeah, it is. And without spoiling anything, that's what it is. You see this downfall of someone, and it's tough. It's tough to read. Anyways, April Fools, come on. I'm not going to be reading Acatar or Fourth Wing. I am drinking coffee, drinking the best cup of coffee ever, and I will be starting The Dark Tower either later this evening or tomorrow, because I will be finishing The Shining after we hop off the stream. I made a video on The Dark Tower. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I talk all about my expectations and why I'm wanting to read it and my reading order that I'm going to follow, because I'm not just going to read books 1 through 7. I'm going to start off with The Gunslinger and The Drawing of Three. And I'm going to treat these as like one book. Then I'm going to read The Stand. That's next. Look at that. How am I going to do it? I'm the slowest reader alive. And who knows? Who knows when I'll post a video? Because I'm just going to be reading this for 5 years. Anyways, I'm beyond excited to read The Dark Tower. I feel like I get to dip my toes back into fantasy while also keeping one foot into the realm of Westerns, as well as eating up Stephen King, because I love his books. There's only a couple that I didn't like, but Stephen King is my palate cleanser of an author. So this is going to be a really fun journey that I'm just so excited about. I remember being elated and just like a kid on Christmas morning when I started Wheel of Time, knowing I was stepping foot into something new and fresh, something I've never experienced before, something I know very little of. And that's this. That's The Dark Tower. So if you haven't read The Dark Tower, or if you'd like to reread it, and if you want to experience an extended reading order and read alongside me, please get the books. Try to maybe borrow them, go to a local bookstore, go to a library, and join me on this journey, because this is, again, something I'm so excited about. Just joined. What is the big announcement? It's April Fool's. I was gonna push off the Dark Tower series, because that's what I'm gonna read next. But not anymore. I'm gonna read Acatar. I'm gonna read Fourth Wing. But that's a joke. I am going to read the Dark Tower. So thank you for joining, and yeah. Not sure I can believe any of this, considering that it's April 1st. And I'm afraid of Stephen King. I'm a scaredy cat. He's not that bad, but I will say scary is different for everyone. Everyone is scared of different things, and that's just how it is. I've never read a Stephen King book. Where should I start? Ooh. I might recommend... You know what? I might recommend The Shining. Salem's Lot. Misery. Maybe one of his short story collections like Night Shift. I'd start there. He's a very accessible author. There's not a lot that you have to jump through to get into his books. He's always cozy reading. Yeah, I agree, Jedi. He's actually my cozy author, which is crazy. Crazy to say. Wow, The Dark Tower, unexpected. Please try to give Dark Matter and Pine Trilogy by Blake. Yeah, I would like to, eventually. (11/22/63) remains goated by Stephen King for me. That book floored me. Never thought King would make me cry. I hear amazing things about 11/22/63. I've been on a King binge myself recently. Finished The Shining, and today, after your stream, I will finish reading 11/22/63. That's awesome. Ooh, start with The Green Mile. Yeah. Buffalo Hunter is like if Interview with the Vampire was a Western. Whoa, that sounds fun. Yeah, a friend of mine, Elliot, who was in the chat, he loved that book. I would love to read that book one of these days. I think I let the hype of The Stand give me unreal expectations. It wasn't all bad, but ultimately, it was a huge letdown for me. Wait a minute. I think you will like it since it's not really a conventional fantasy. Lots of Lord of the Rings influence as well. That's going to be exciting. The cool thing is about reading The Dark Tower and The Stand, I don't have a lot of expectations because I don't know what I'm getting myself into. But I also know I'm getting myself into Stephen King's writing style and how he tells a story. So it'll be interesting how he tells a story within the confines of a series of multiple books. I can't wait. Reading The Shining currently, really loving it. I want to join Thomas's Dark Tower reading order. Sounds such like a good and fun and ideal. Or fun idea. Sorry. I'm still kind of waking up. I forgot. How do you take your orange juice? The Stand is an epic journey. You'll love it. Yeah, I've been, I don't know. I've kind of been craving that post-apocalyptic story. You got The Stand, and I hear that it's going to be. It follows like four separate groups, or four people across this journey across America. So that'll be fun. I kind of want to go in blind, not knowing really anything. I know there's a giant flu that wipes out pretty much the whole world, and that one of the main villains is the main villain in The Dark Tower. So that'll be fun. Also, let me share you my reading order that I plan on doing for The Dark Tower. And if you want to check out that reading order, again, go check out that video, my recent video that I did. I kind of lay out everything in that video. Okay, so The Gunslinger, Drawing of Three, The Stand, Uncut, Complete Edition, The Wastelands, Wizard in Glass, Insomnia, the short stories, The Little Sisters, and Everything's Eventual. Everything's Eventual. It's a tongue twister. And then the other short story, Low Men in Yellow Coats. Then I will read Salem's Lot, which I've already read before. However, I'm excited to reread it. Maybe I'll enjoy it again. Or maybe I'll enjoy it more. Maybe I'll find something to latch onto. Because I was kind of lukewarm on it. I liked it, but I didn't love it. And then I'll finish off with Wolves of Kala, Song of Susanna, and The Dark Tower. Right there. Boom. Beautiful. Yeah, so feel free to join me in that, and we'll chat and talk, and you'll get to follow my journey. She loves them. I'm on the second Acatar book right now. Pretty solid. Now, it would be fun to read them eventually. Right now, I'm just not into that. And I don't have anything really against it. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't go to the romance section to read romance. I don't go to, Fourth Wing and Acatar and Throne of Glass. I'm just not into that. However, these books, and even a lot of these romance books that are, being advertised in Target and Walmart and just the big stores, it's getting people to read. And I think that's what matters most. If I ever have a child, have the opportunity to raise kids, a lesson that I learned from my mom is she never denied me a book. When we went to the bookstore, and if I expressed interest in a book, she'd want to buy me a book. She'd never say no to a book. Maybe she'd say no to a toy here and there, but a book, that's important for growing up and developing, and seeing my nephew falling in love with reading. It's a joy to see that. And I feel like in this world, we're so glued to our phones and everything else that I rarely even see people out with a book. So when I do see someone reading a book, it's fun. It's fun to chat with them and ask what they're reading. And yeah, it's important to read. I keep forgetting it's April Fool's. You got me, man. I can't keep a straight face. Good to have no expectations with this series. The Stand is all about the journey, not the destination. Makes the book Read real fast, but you don't want it to end. Ooh, I like that. That's kind of what Lonesome Dove was like. It was very much about the journey, not the destination. Ooh, I like this. Are you done making Wheel of Time videos? It's a special series for me, and I would love to see more. I love that. I would like to. What kind of videos would interest you? I've made a video on that I finished the series, what the series meant to me, and then I also made a video on why you should read it. I think. Let's check that out actually. Let's see. Yeah. So I think it'd be fun to touch upon more things. My friend Abe, he might finish Wheel of Time. I think he's on the last 3 books. So when he does finish it, I think we'd make a video on that too. That'd be fun. Absolutely, reading is so important. 100% just like Lonesome Dove. I know I ask this a lot, but I think I'll ask it again. What book was it that got you into reading? What book helped you become a consistent reader? For some people, it's Throne of Glass and Acatar and Fourth Wing. Other people, it's Stephen King. Sometimes it's Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. What about you? What got you into reading so consistently? Laugh out loud. Nice try. I know enough about Acatar and Fourth Wing to be able to say that someone would have to pay me to read those books. Yeah, at the very least, I'd give the first book a try and talk about it and try to be nice about it. I just got in. Did I miss the announcement? Thomas doesn't strike me as an April Fool's type of guy. Yeah, I wasn't originally going to do April Fool's. I'm not like that. I woke up this morning and like, oh, it's April 1st. Huh. And typically Wednesdays are the days I like to have live streams. So I didn't quite know what would I title this live stream? What could I talk about? I could talk about The Dark Tower and how I'm excited about it. But I why not? Why not do a little joke, little levity, and yeah. The Dark Tower is one of those I wish. Oh, The Stand is one of those I wish so much I could read again for the first time. Dark Tower is my second favorite fantasy saga. My first is Malazan. Oh, love that Whiskey Jack. If you want post-apocalyptic, read Molly Macabre books. Okay. I've also heard Swan Song by Robert McCammon is phenomenal. As an adult, A Song of Ice and Fire and Martin Eden. Ozzy Osbourne biography, I Am Ozzy. Okay, cool. Ooh, Goosebumps when I was very young. Yeah. Harry Potter as a child, but as an adult, It by Stephen King 100% brought me back. Oh, so cool. Never Ending Story, Harry Potter. I heard Wheel of Time is great for rereads. I would love an Eye of the World read along discussion. That would be fun. I just don't plan on doing that anytime soon, especially with diving into a new series in Dark Tower. But down the line, when I'm a little older and ready to dive back in, but it is something I would want to reread for sure. Dune got me into reading. I don't know if you missed it, but my friend John and I did a live stream a couple weeks ago, and he's like 10, 11 years old when he started reading Lord of the Rings and Dune. Talk about some heavy hitters. My top Dark Tower drawing of 3, Wizard and Glass, the Dark Tower, the Wastelands. Very cool. Game of Thrones. My wife admits Acatar is trash, but she tore through them. She genuinely loved Throne of Glass. She is not really a reader of romantasy. See, that's why I want to read it, because there are people who say that series is trash. Whether it is or not, I don't know. But we all have our guilty pleasures and like trash TV shows. Like my wife loves to watch Hoarders. I don't know why, but she likes to watch Hoarders, and I don't. So I go upstairs, but she likes to read it or watch it to feel good, you know. We all have our trash TVs and TV shows, movies, books. Have you beaten Resident Evil 9 yet? That game scares me. I haven't. It's been a whirlwind of a month, and I've put in a lot of time for reading, not gaming, not shows, not movies. But my wife and I really want to dive back into that. Did you read Project Hail Mary? Not yet. But even though I didn't like the movie, I feel like I'd enjoy the book. Because at least in the book, I can pace it out in my head and let moments breathe a little longer. Such a good game. I might try to keep up with your Dark Tower progress. I haven't read any of them yet, but I read a few King books and love them. Which King books have you read, Allison? Yeah, Allison. Swan Song was my book of the year last year. From page 1, I just knew. Ooh. Wow, that's exciting. By the way, I'm hitting chest day, and you, sir, are a great substitute for death metal for hype me. I love it. I love it. If you're doing some reps right now, 1, 2, 3, just breathe. Make sure you breathe. It's important to breathe. I do a lot of kettlebell training, so I've stopped with the big weights long ago. Got into reading first because of Harry Potter, which got me reading through my teenage years. As an adult, Dune got me back into reading 5 years ago and haven't stopped since. Love it. It's really a comic fan in my childhood. I devoured all kinds of comics. The 90s were amazing comic-wise. I love the Batman graphic novels. Year One, Long Halloween, Dark Victory. Those are probably, I would consider them books. Those are in my top 10, easily. Books that got me into consistent reading is The Faithful and Fallen. It was a slow for the first book, but I forced myself through it and been addicted to reading ever since. Love that. As a middle grader, the Ranger's Apprentice. That's my friend Abe's series that got him into reading. Nowadays, I don't remember the first, but The Name of the Wind, Dune, Sea of Tranquility, some of my top 10. Name of the Wind, you've got good taste. As an adult, what got me into reading Jack Kerouac memoirs. I'm horrible reader. Alexandra Dumas. The classics are great. What book are you most excited to dive into? Are you talking about what book I'm most excited to dive into with the Dark Tower series? Because right now, I mean, I'm excited about these right here. What I'm really excited about is The Stand. I know it's going to be a journey, and I know nothing about it. So I think The Stand. That's what I'm excited about. Ooh, you convinced me to read Lonesome Dove. I will dedicate whole August to it. Thank you. Ah, no name. So happy. So happy. I got a text from my sister. I bought her a copy of Lonesome Dove, and she is a huge Kindle reader. She loves the Kindle. It's very convenient for her. She doesn't like, carrying around a big book, especially when you're flying. And she sent me a photo of her Kindle in her hand with Lonesome Dove. And she said, just starting chapter 7, my Kindle says I have 36 hours and 13 minutes left of the book. It's very entertaining. I've laughed out loud numerous times. I'm so happy. Happy you're joining. Wait, Mike from Mike, Mike, it's Mike from Banner, right? Or Arc Raiders? Fortnite? Truth and Courage, Hardy Boys, Boxcar Children were my obsession when I was younger. You know what? I want to get whenever I have a kid, I would love them to read the Magic Tree House books. That'd be a really fun series. Faithful and Fallen, John Gwynne is legendary. Truth and Courage. Mike, what's up, dude? Appreciate you hopping in. About Lonesome Dove, I heard there are multiple novels. They're kind of divisive as far as I heard. What are you thinking about those? I just want to read Lonesome Dove for now. And now that I've read it, I want to sit with it for a year, for 2 years, 3 years maybe. And if I feel called back to that world and those characters, I'll dive into those books. But right now, I just want Lonesome Dove to live in my mind and sit with it. I don't want anything else. I want Lonesome Dove to just stand on its own 2 feet. Mike, we need to play Fortnite soon because they've got a new season. Yes, the Magic Tree House as a child is great. Whoa! New to Booktube and you're my favorite channel? You need 100K subs by now? Haha, keep up the great work, friend. Marin Dome, that means a lot. I'm very happy to have the channel that I do have, and with the community that we have, it's great. It's unbelievable, and I appreciate you that you are joining this journey, following along. Marin, do you have a favorite book or a couple favorite books? And what was the book that got you into reading consistently? Let me know. Faithful and Fallen is pure joy. I recommend it to anyone wanting to try fantasy for the first time. Truth and Courage. Ooh, okay. I read Thinner, It, Carrie, Misery. It is incredible. Probably horrible, but there's a dark part of me who is intrigued by Fourth Wing. It's probably one of those you blast through. I did like Emily Henry book I read. It's not smut though. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You approach something for what it is. Stop comparing everything to something else. Why would I compare Lonesome Dove to Name of the Wind? Or why would I compare, A Court of Thorns and Roses to Name of the Wind and Lord of the Rings? Court of Thorns and Roses is Acatar. So read it for what it is. I would love to read those books eventually. I think it'd be fun to just, hey, what's the hype all about? Let's check it out. I'll lower my expectations to where they're not even on camera. They're just way down here in the carpet. And we'll dive in. What's the worst case scenario? I stop halfway through the first book and don't pick it up again. Or I realize, oh, okay, this is fun. And we just eat it up. My wife read Divine Rivals, the first those two books. I don't know if you're familiar with them. I'll pick them up right now. But she read those books. They were recommended by my sister. Divine Rivals. And my wife, again, like I said, she likes trash TV. These were her trash TV books. She ate them up. And I think in this world where things are heavy, if you're an adult and you have a lot of responsibilities and you have kids and all this and that, life can be tough. So maybe reading some trash books can bring joy. And yeah, I'll never forget. I'm reading Wheel of Time. We're sitting in bed. I'm reading Wheel of Time, and she's reading Divine Rivals. And every couple pages, she starts just like laughing with how cheesy it is, and just how like no one would talk like that. No one would say that. But it was enjoyable, and she had so much fun reading them. And now she's reading Dungeon Crawler Carl on book 6, just destroying them. However, she's been stuck on book 6 for a very long time. So I'm trying to be like, hey, hon, let's do 30 minutes of reading tonight. Just hang out, make some tea, and we'll see what we can do. And that's been nice. Past couple nights we've been doing that. Marin Dome. Oh my goodness. Oh, Wilson. What up? How goes the stream? The stream's good. I was actually thinking about you the other day. We need to schedule that live stream together. Maybe have it on your channel so we can talk about video games, because I haven't been able to really talk about video games for a long time. If you're interested, I have a video game recommendation for you, to you and anyone else in the chat. Slay the Spire 2. That just came out for early access on Steam. Highly recommend it. Slay the Spire 1 was one of my favorite, not books, games of all time. And if you like card games, if you like Magic the Gathering, this one's right up your alley. This is great. Your negative review of Mistborn made me curious, so I read it. I really liked it at first, but after hearing your opinion, I turned around and completely agree with you. I want to revisit that review, because again, I've mentioned how it sounds so standoffish and snooty, like my chin is up, like I'm looking down at people, and it just, I hated my body language in that video. And I think I deserve those mean comments, because it's just so like, gosh, Tommy, what are you doing? You're acting like this scholarly guy. Just say you didn't like it. And I didn't, but again, if you don't like someone's favorite book or favorite series, they may take that personally. And that's not my problem. However, I want to approach my book reviews in a very conversational manner and not saying subjectively, this is a bad book. No, I'm going to say, I didn't like this book and here's why. And I want to revisit that. That'd be fun. But I'm glad that's the way you found me. I'm on Hero of Ages now, and I still think it's entertaining enough to be worth my time. I'm glad. Hate's Mistborn. Hate is one thing. Maybe just, I don't know. I don't think I hate it. If you're new to fantasy, I would not recommend Malazan, though. I agree. Oh, Allison. I already have 6 hours on Slay the Spire 2. It feels like the first one bumped up with content. Feels way harder too. Would you do a live stream playing it? That what a fun idea. Maybe I would. How would I do that? That'd be fun. I don't have a capture card or anything. Am I able to do that on here? That'd be real fun. Yeah, I have a stupid amount of hours in that game right now. Let's check it out. Let's see what I got. Take a guess of how many hours I have in Slay the Spire 2. It's definitely not 6. Oh my gosh. Closing that up right now. I don't want to look at that number. I've had a lot of fun reading some of my wife's favorite books these last few years. I would never have found Robert McCammon's Swan Song or Elizabeth Kerner's Song of Silence if not for her. Yeah, and it's funny. We talk about Acatar and Fourth Wing and Throne of Glass. You know, my sister-in-law, who's very passionate and wants to share these series with me and my wife. And I'm just not into it right now. But it is fun to talk about books that we have read together. But one thing about my wife and I, we're both very much, we read what we want when we want. As much as I want to get my wife to read my favorite books, that's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. She's not going to read Name of the Wind. She's not going to read Lonesome Dove. Stephen King, she might. She said she'd like to try. But she's deep in Dungeon Crawler Carl. And that's just how it is. And she wants me to read Dungeon Crawler Carl, but I'm not going to do it. And it's not out of like implacability and just out of spite. No, it's, hey, we're into the books that we're currently reading, and that's just how it is. I think if you have a loved one that is trying to share a series with you, it's nice to approach it and read it for them, but you should also read for you. That's the main thing. Read books for you, not for someone else. Because then you're just pity reading. You're just doing it to appease them. And you're not going to get a lot of enjoyment out of that. If ever I read Fourth Wing or Acatar, it is definitely going to be because, yes, I want to read that right now. I'm into it. Let's do it. If I have nothing else on my docket, let's do it. Let's give it a shot. And I've loved that about my wife, how she wants to read what she wants. I bought her a handful of books. I'll show you. I bought her a few books for Christmas and her birthday. Right here. I bought her Tress of the Emerald Sea. I bought her The Remains of the Day, as well as Pride and Prejudice. These have been sitting on the shelf and haven't moved. I'm probably going to be reading these before her, but that's not the point. I really want to read this. This was the winner of a Nobel Prize in Literature. So, as much as I've gifted her books that I feel like, hey, maybe she'd like these. She loves Downton Abbey. Maybe she'd love Pride and Prejudice and The Remains of the Day. But if she's not into it right now, she doesn't have to read them. She can read them on her own time. Oh yeah, back to Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire 2, I have 60 hours. Absolutely, dude. I've got to try Slay the Spire. I've heard such incredible things, but I've never tried it. Seems like 2 is the perfect jumping on point. Yeah, it's awesome. It's addicting. It's not mindless either. There's plenty of strategy involved and just hard choices that have to be made. I think Balatro, if you guys are familiar with that, mindless, not fun. It's just a number goes up kind of game, and I don't like that. I want to feel engaged with my games. So, Slay the Spire, perfect. Yes, read whatever you want. Do you play on PC? I do not. It's probably not too tough to set up if you do. Which class did you like the most in Slay 1? Slay 1, I like the Silent. Defect, then Ironclad. Slay 2, same thing. The Silent, Defect, Ironclad. Really having a hard time with the Regent and Necrobinder, but definitely want to give them a shot more. Late to the stream. My bad. Have you started RE9 yet? Yes, I have. We started that like when it first came out. I think we're like 3 hours in. And yeah, we'll dive in further. We haven't played it in a while, but we're going to dive in. I'm excited. I think your negative review of Mistborn goes really well with your stop loving every book you read video. Ha ha ha. It's okay to have your own opinion. It is okay. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate that we can all have our own conversations, or have our own opinions and have a conversation together. Have some disagreement back and forth. I'm late. Been missing the past couple streams because of work. Good to catch you live again and hope you're doing well. I'm glad you're here. Sometimes I read to be in the conversation. Yeah, that could be a point. I just don't think I've been around or participate in the conversation enough to feel like I'm missing out. I think the only semblance of pressure that I felt was with Project Hail Mary. And that pressure lasted an hour. I was like, should I drop everything I'm reading and just read the book before I watch the film? But that just wouldn't feel right. I wouldn't want to rush through the book for the sake of potentially enjoying or not enjoying the film. My wife is also into Downton Abbey. We actually went to see the movie last year, and since I didn't watch the show, it was so confusing. But there are things you do for love. Yeah. I'm an Ironclad fanboy. I have like 100 hours into Slay 1. I'm sure 60 of those were with the Ironclad. Are you a retro gamer at all? Define retro gamer. because I love indie games that capture the retro vibe. I love UFO 50. If you've heard of that game, that's great. Um, I love the old games, the old Mario games. I really want Animal Crossing to go on the GameCube membership for the Switch 2. The new Animal Crossing just doesn't capture what Animal Crossing really was about. And I would love to play the old version of Animal Crossing. Yeah, I mean, I think the more time goes on, I'm much more of a retro gamer. I'm more inclined to play the older games before I dive into new ones. New games are all about less purposeful and intentional game design and more about how long can we get you to stay on this game and only play this game. You got Resident Evil 9 that's clearly intricately designed with passion and purpose. The level design, the gameplay mechanics, the story, the way it's paced. It's not an open world Crimson Desert game. Yes, I know Crimson Desert's very popular, but that just feels like a time sink to me. And I don't want to play a game that's mindless and a time sink. I'd rather play something that doesn't overstay its welcome or something that has a challenge that keeps calling me back. Like Slay the Spire. There's a challenge there. Elden Ring. There's an exploration discovery that I want to feel and a challenge. So that's kind of how I am when it comes to games. Have you played Xenoblade? No. The only anime type of game that I've played is Persona 5, and I've loved it. Cannot wait for Persona 4. Next SK read will be Billy Summers. Billy Summers is great. I still have to read Wind and Truth, and after the reception of that book, I've been putting it off. Isn't that interesting? When you kind of get spoiled based off of reviews, not the content of the story or what's in the book, but just how people are feeling about the book. It's easy to feel it's hard to approach that book with as much objectivity as possible because you now are going in knowing that some of that reception is not as high. But then on the other side of the coin, if the reception is so high that you go in and you're just like, okay, I'm supposed to be up here, but I'm kind of down here. Same thing happened with Mistborn for me. Sanderson is awesome, even though his prose is not that good compared to other authors. I'm only able to join now. What is the announcement? It was a little April Fool's joke. I was saying I would read Acatar and Fourth Wing, that I'd be dropping Dark Tower. But again, if you do not know and you're just now joining, and if you missed my recent video, I'm reading Dark Tower. That is the series I'll be reading. So go check out that video. Dive in. If you want to read the Dark Tower with me, let's go. That'll be fun. The first Xenoblade is awesome. I suspect you'd really enjoy it. What's the elevator pitch for the Xenoblade games? Like, what am I going into with that? Story-wise, gameplay-wise, mechanics? How long is it? I read Mistborn 1, Stormlight Archives 1 and 2. I thought they were nice books, but not amazing. Ooh, Those same concepts you feel about Elden Ring apply to Crimson Desert Tenfold. Ooh, that's awesome. So is Xenoblade Chronicles X, what is that versus Xenoblade 1? My wedding anniversary is coming up. In 11 days, we will be married for 2 years. I told her I want a Waffle House sweatshirt and a Waffle House mug, but I might want Pikmin 4. But we'll see. Maybe Xenoblade? I don't know. We'll see. Totally would not believe that announcement at all. I'm into emulation and retro games. Every year, I'm less interested in what's new and instead looking back or playing indie games like Slay the Spire, Balatro, Stardew. Yes, Stardew has been a blessing for my wife and I. We've loved it, and we're loving it even more every time we dive in. I like the idea of video games more than actually enjoy them. They wind up feeling like chores. Very few games have ever captured and maintained my attention. You know what? Same here. The older I get, especially now, maybe, becoming a father eventually, I'm not thinking about video games all the time. I'm thinking about hanging out with people, having conversations with people, maybe playing some cards, maybe playing Dungeons and Dragons, something that's interactive and social. Video games have become a little mindless for me. Even when I hop on Arc Raiders with my best friend John, we just hang out and talk. But Arc Raiders is just kind of in the background. Very few games have captured me and pulled me in, and I'm okay with that. I don't feel like I need to buy every game that's come out, every new video game. Oh, I gotta get it. I can always revisit a classic, revisit a game that's been sitting on my shelf. Outer Wilds is a game that I've been wanting to play. Persona 4. Still need to beat Elden Ring. Resident Evil 9. But I'm okay with putting down my controller for a little bit and not playing a video game. Approach that when I'm ready, just like books. But books, man, I think I'm always going to have a book on my nightstand. How big is the vinyl collection? Got a favorite album of all time? Oh yeah, right here. Look at that. It's about as big as this, because it's right here, right underneath here. Got a favorite album of all time? Probably Pet Sounds by Beach Boys or Fleetwood Mac. Not sure if you said it in your Dark Tower video the other day, but is Needful Things an extended additional reading list for Dark Tower? Because that, my friend, is a heater. It's not, but Needful Things is on my I want list. I really want to read that book so bad. It's amazing. Stephen King. What an author. So many of his stories are so different. Some of them connect. But it's like, what other author has done this? With however many books he's written. What I would give to go back and grow up as a kid following his bibliography, his library of books being released. That'd be so cool. I didn't realize it was April 1st. I saw the thumbnail and just thought, why? Yeah. I have to leave. It's lunchtime here in California. Thank you for the live stream and interacting with the subscribers. I'm a fan and hope the best for your channel. I really, really, really appreciate you hopping in and talking. Means a lot. This won't be the last. We'll hop on next time. I cannot talk about games. The only one I played was for the PC. It was an X-Men game and died constantly. You know, a game I loved on the computer, Sims 2. Classic. Hey, Thomas, a fan of yours from Jordan. Would love to welcome you on the side of the world. Our bookshops, cafes are the coziest I've ever seen. I would love to travel the world. I just need to update my flippin' passport. I'm going to read more of Royal Assassin Farseer 2 than just sleep like a newborn. So often I turn on my PS5, look at the home screen for 5 minutes and turn it off. Yep, same. If something is not calling to me, I'm not even going to try. I don't want to force it because then it becomes a chore. Then it becomes kind of fake. Happy April Fool's Day, Thomas. We need 10 video games I want to finish before I die. Ooh, that's a good... Writing that down. 10 video games I want to play before I die. I like that. Are you a metal fan? I am not a metal fan. And not much of a country fan either. But I like pretty much everything else. Rap, EDM, Fred again. Oh, Fred again is my guy. I like a lot of the music that I grew up with. You know, the Beatles, the Beach Boys, George Benson, Steely Dan, Fleetwood Mac. Got to spin some Jeff Rosenstock on that bad boy. Who's Jeff Rosenstock? I'm so sorry. Let me look that up. Jeff Rosenstock. I don't know who that is, but I'll look into it. Needful Things isn't a part of the DT, the Dark Tower multiverse, but it's a solid 5 out of 5. His second book coming out of rehab, completely sober. Ooh, interesting. I'm so curious if there's like a difference where you could tell, you know, there's different eras of Stephen King, you know, the drug era, the sober era, the accident, post-accident era, how his writing changed. Read 5 Decembers After Man Carrying Things episode. Great recommendation. Oh, nice. I have it on my shelf. I'll get to it, but The Dark Tower has kind of taken my attention. But I'm looking forward to that one. Ooh, Sims 3 is mostly what I play these days, besides Madden and Civ 5. Are we best friends? I like playing the old Maddens. Madden 08 and Madden 09, where you can really get into the off-season management. Very nice. Have you or plan to read James Isington? Is it Isington? Currently reading Strength of the Few, book 2. Yeah, I'm not yet, but I've heard good things. I've heard great things. Fell behind watching, but I read Remains of the Day last year out of my comfort zone and absolutely loved it. Ishiguro did some cool stuff with that book. Oof, awesome. When in doubt, Google it, Thomas. Yeah. Got back into reading a couple years ago. Started reading thrillers on my Kindle. Then started fantasy. Sanderson. Loved fantasy ever since. Love that. Madden 08 is the best Madden of all time, in my opinion. Not in your opinion. Objectively, it is the best. That's where, when they got hit, helmets came flying off. It was so good. Massive difference. I went from Tommy Knockers, the book that made his wife force him into rehab, and it was frantic AF. Then he wrote The Dark Half after rehab, a metaphor for him killing his old self. Whoa. Madden 05 by far is the GOAT. They don't make Maddens like they used to. They're so robotic. They don't have any soul. They don't feel immersive by any means. When I'm in the playoffs in Madden 20, I don't feel like I'm in the playoffs. But when I'm in the playoffs or the wild card round in Madden 08, you best believe I'm sweating. Finished King Sorrow a few days ago. I know it's really popular right now, but it's for a reason. The most fun I've had with a book in a long time. Quickest I ever read a book that size. What's the elevator pitch for that? I know it's super popular, and I just haven't looked into it at all. Also, I am going to start winding down. Probably going to hop off here in a few minutes. So if you got any questions or ideas, let me know. I would love to answer them for you. NCAA football 06 was my jam. Speaking of jam, NBA Jam. Classic. King is too much of a pantser for my taste. I don't know what that is. Elevator pitch, multiple characters summon a demon talking dragon that makes their lives much worse. Okay. Oh boy, okay. Who do you think is my NFL team? Just looking at me, personality wise, give me your thoughts. Give me your guesses. I need to catch up on your videos. Life has been too busy lately. Well, I hope my videos can bring some solace and some calm and enjoyment. Life has been busy. I wanted to film a video today, but I didn't. Probably film one tomorrow. Try to get one out Friday. that is something to think about. That is something. But sometimes it works like that, and it seems to work for King. But golly, imagine him outlining and having notes. Whew, he could have probably won the Pulitzer for something at least. Maybe 11/22/63, even though everyone says it's already a good book. Seahawks, Saints. Any other guesses? Y'all are wrong. Last 2 days of work, then 2 weeks off. I'll be able to finally catch up. Love it. So I don't watch the NFL as much anymore. It's pretty crazy how little football is actually played. After the Super Bowl, I realized, oh my gosh, it feels so commercialized. I don't know. The games just feel weird. I don't want to sound like that guy, but they just feel staged. At least in basketball, they're able to play back and forth and, shoot some hoops. But even basketball, I don't care about anymore. I grew up with the Kobe era, watching where teams played defense and games, you barely scored 100 points by the end of it. Football, I don't know. I got into football around 2011. I'm a big Tebow fan. Love that guy. He got me into football. I was like, man, that guy will run through a brick wall for his team. Yeah, he couldn't throw, but man, that kind of leadership. And then I looked into the Raiders. I love the underdog. And I love that mystique of the Raiders, the history of just like, whoa, look how dirty these guys were. Look how bad they played, as in just they hit and hit. Legends. And little did I know, would we only make the playoffs once and still not even get a win? And I started following the Raiders 2015 or 14, 15. Horrible. Horrible team. And now we got the first draft pick. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What is going to happen? Yeah, tell me, what exactly happened with the Raiders offseason? They took the head coach, offensive coordinator from the Seahawks. I don't even know who they signed. Max Crosby was going to be traded, but then he didn't get traded. I don't know. It's interesting. Mendoza is going first overall, which is good, I guess. I mean, that's nice that we're finally getting a quarterback. Holy wild guess. I can't believe I got that right. You, sir, get a free copy of The Gunslinger. Sorry, I don't do that. Would be fun to do giveaways. I really want to be sponsored, but not the YouTube sponsorships, Raycon and what is the energy drink that everyone's sponsored by? No, I don't want to. I want to be sponsored by a good coffee shop or coffee roaster and get like a discount code and allow you guys to get cheaper coffee and quality beans mailed to you. You grind them and you make a nice cup of coffee. Be awesome. Or I don't know, sponsored by a bookstore. I don't know. That'd be fun. The Raiders, as a Broncos fan, I don't think we can be friends anymore. But hey, remember, I was a Tim Tebow fan starting out. So I was a Broncos fan. Then he got traded to the Jets. They got Kubiak, pretty solid offensive coordinator, a slew of defensive guys, and Linderbaum, one of the best centers in football to help Mendoza ease into the pro game. I love that they got offensive line. That's huge. Huge. I've seen Trade Coffee do YouTube sponsorships. I've never used it though. I'll look into that. I'd only want to be sponsored by people who are genuinely passionate about coffee and care. I want the coffee to be quality. I don't want it to be oily and over roasted. I don't want any of that. I want to be sponsored by something of just good coffee and a good just a good mission statement. That'd be cool. I mean, if I could just get a bag of free coffee once a month for my wife and I and let you guys get discounted coffee, that'd be awesome. And call attention to a good coffee roaster. Yeah. Yeah. Hawks finally have a good one for the first time in a decade. Funny thing is, I watched the Super Bowl and I already forgot who won. It was Seahawks, right? And who'd they play? Patriots? Dune coffee. I would love that. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Please. How do I do that? Email me right now. I want that. I think I emailed Dune Coffee and I never got a response. I emailed Stereoscope. There was another company, but yeah, no one's gotten back to me. Dune Coffee. Yes. Okay. I'm going to email you guys right now. We'll make it happen. My lift is done. I can't believe I stayed tuned in for this for my entire workout. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here and that I was able to be there for your whole workout. Whoa! Oh, you're so kind. Every man reads. Bag of coffee for you, maybe a small one in this economy. Man, that means so much. Thank you. Try not to get teary-eyed. It's just so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Means a lot. Yes, my Seahawks got their revenge from the Patriots Super Bowl 10 years ago. Yeah. Well, everyone, I appreciate all of you for tuning in to my April Fool's live stream. I am going to be reading The Dark Tower, not Acatar. So again, join me on this adventure into The Dark Tower. I think everyone says long days and pleasant nights. Is that the thing? I should probably end my streams with that, or my videos with that. Whoa, what the heck, man? Get some good coffee. Stop it. Thank you. That's so sweet. I will get good coffee. There's a local coffee shop just down the street from us that we support, and they genuinely do an amazing job. They're a family-owned business, and we love walking down there every morning to get coffee, support them, buy a bag of coffee, buy a drip coffee, and I never feel bad spending money on coffee when it goes to that kind of place. And it's a great place to read our books. I'll walk in and the whole family, behind the counter just greets us with smiles and our names, and it's just so sweet. So I appreciate that money. Whoa, wait. Get a big coffee. I will. Thank you. Coffee chain. Thank you. Yeah, we're definitely going to be getting coffee with that. Or it'll go toward the Dark Tower books. It'll go toward this channel, toward reading books and just drinking good coffee. So, thank you. It means so much. And I really appreciate this channel and all of you and the conversations we're able to have. So that does it for the live stream. Again, I appreciate you all tuning in, and yeah, we'll talk soon. I hope to get a video out Friday. We'll see. If not, hopefully by Monday. But again, we'll see. Yeah. Till next time. Oh no, wait, hold up. I'm leaving right when you join. Hold up. Wait, what happened? Just joined. Well, my announcement, you'll have to check it out in the beginning and you'll see. But thank you for joining, and have a good one. Bye, Thomas. Acatar is next. Yes. All right. Cheers, y'all. Thank you for the coffee and the company. Appreciate it.